Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from an inmate at the county jail. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2.
Well, hello, Lori. Oh, I'm doing just marvelous. I can't really say I'm happy because things are going my way. I'm just happy that I'm healthy. I have the things that I need. I'm employed. I've got good friends out here. There's a lot to be thankful for, and I just sit here and count my blessings. Yeah, yeah, I can imagine jail is pretty rough, but it's not supposed to be a five-star resort, and you're not on spring break. This is goes with the territory. Well, yeah, I know you need your family support, and you definitely need your friend support. And there's a lot of people out there who will help you. It's just not so many of them reach out. I've got a nonprofit that helps victims and loved ones and incarcerated people, and it's not really to pay rent or to buy a new car. It's more or less moral and emotional support. It's just that we need to keep getting the message out there that crime, and we like to say crime doesn't pay, but there's a lot of people who think it does, and getting the message out there that jail is not a good place to be, and the biggest thing is your freedom is gone, and to give up freedom for what, a guess, a gamble. I know it does get to be expensive for the family, but what I suggest that you do is the next time you talk to them, have them reach out, try to reach some of these organizations. Some of them will help you pay for the phone calls, and then there's others that will help you put money on your books. I know jails are not as picky as the correction centers, prisons, because they just want one person dealing with the people there, and the community is extremely important to you guys. I'm sure if you had all the support and you had people that were, slapping you around, don't do this, this is crazy, maybe, I don't know. But you do have the experience and you do have the knowledge to help other folks, and we got to get that word out there. And I know it's too late for you. You've already been convicted, but there's people out there who's contemplating committing a crime, and maybe, just maybe, you could get through. No, no, don't think that it's useless and a waste of time, because if you get to one person, just one, you're successful. You don't have to reach 10,000, 50,000, 40,000. It's just all you need is to get that message out there and have it heard. And if somebody tells somebody about it, and then that person tells somebody, or that person watches a video or listens to a broadcast, you're making some progress. And that's the way I look at it. I don't see a lot of success, but there are thousands of people that listen to my message, and I share the message of people that are locked up. And so to tell me that not one of them, not one of those thousands of people is affected.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely reach out to them, and I'll give them some names, because that's what I want to do. I want to pass on some information to people. And, you know, um, I would say just some of the people in there, see if you can get them to reach out. And maybe you can learn something that will help you get through
You have 30 seconds remaining.
this tough time. Yeah, I know. When you hang out with the wrong crowd, you tend to stick with them. They're in prison and they're in jail. So yeah, you're gonna have people in there that you know. But we can end that cycle, and we just need to work together. Okay, well, thanks for the call, and you take care of yourself and take advantage of all the resources that's in there. Oh, yeah, definitely I will. All right, I will definitely talk to you later.
Thank you for using Inmate Call. Goodbye.
Hello, welcome to AQS Inmate Call, and I'm your host, Joel Wilborn. And in this episode, I just want to discuss what I believe is going to break down the these misconceptions about crime. Now, if you're a criminal and you go out and commit a crime, you know why you did it. The rest of us can take a guess, but the only person who really knows is you. And it's like Paula Gardner. She went to prison. They did not take very good care of her. They discovered cancer too late. It had already progressed too far, gone into her lymph nodes. Had they performed their test, they would have discovered it early enough, and they would have been able to treat it effectively, and she wouldn't be on the final leg of her life. And she was telling me that people don't understand. She said they don't understand having cancer. And I said the only people that will understand cancer is you. And she doesn't disagree with that. And she understands crime. She understands cancer. She can talk about it. She could write about it. She could make movies and videos and podcasts. But we're not really going to understand what goes through her mind and what she's experiencing. We all have our unique experiences to bring to the table, but the best we can do is just touch something inside the people that listen to us, our audience. There could be something going through in your life that you're just suffering on, and you can tell folks about it. Let's say you just went through a breakup and you miss your lover, and it's just devastating. I know 100 years ago, this person was with his comrades, and he said, "You guys might as well go ahead and play taps," and he stuck a gun to his head and shot himself. It was just that quick, and they later on found out that he got a letter from his girlfriend breaking up with him. I don't quite understand why somebody would take their life for something like that, because there's a way to recover. There's always somebody out there for you, and if you're dating somebody and it doesn't work, then keep looking, motivate yourself to get out there and find that person. The person's there. We all have somebody out there that meets our expectations. We don't have to settle for just one. It's not the end of the world. But that person, in his mind, that was it. And we'll never know because he's gone. And of course, he died 100 years ago. But what I want to emphasize here is that you could watch a movie and then something in that movie could spark you. Maybe a dad is talking to his daughter and she's just in tears, and he helps console her, and you're thinking that advice touches something, because you have the power to make yourself happy. You have the power to get up in the morning. You take care of yourself. You love yourself. And that's the most important thing. You have to love yourself. You're not going to harm yourself if you really love yourself. And that's under your control. Nobody on this planet can affect your emotional state and your mood greater than you, better than you, or more effectively than you. You have that power. And what I do on my YouTube channel as I share some of these experiences that people have when they go through a low part of their life, sharing these experiences helps to motivate, to touch somebody. And I can't fix anybody. They can't fix anybody. And if you're looking for the help, what you're actually looking for, the only thing that could really is to find that key that will open up the solution within your own body. And I think that's fantastic. And so, I on my web channel, I'm sharing people's experiences. They're giving their advice, and on there, I reached like 500 subscribers, which for me is huge. There's 500 people that's willing to listen to some of the stuff that we have to say out there. It's amazing that came about. So of course I went out, bought me a bottle of wine, sat there and drank it, and then I worked on my final Paula Gardner story episode, which quite possibly is not one of my better episodes, but I finished that up and I was very happy. All these people are getting the message. Somebody's going to be affected. You can take away books, you can take away weapons, you can take away freedom. It's not going to stop crime. There will always be crime. It's never going to go away. And what you need to do is just work on a way of demotivating people so that they won't feel in their body that they need to commit that crime. If you know somebody that's feeling down and out, by all means, shot them toward my YouTube channel. And there's other YouTube channels out there. There's other podcasts out there where people want to motivate. And I know when I deal with teenagers, not every one of them are affected by the same thing. We try to lump them all together, but you can't. Zoomers, we want to classify them as lazy, or they like certain pop artists or pop music, certain television shows, but that's not the case. People are unique. Everybody has their own individual thoughts. And so what we can concentrate on is understanding this person. And the way to understand them is to listen, ask questions, open dialogue. And pretty soon you'll have one Zoomer who enjoys doing maybe a kite, flying kites, or somebody who likes fishing or hiking. And then that's a subject that you can talk about, things that you could do. And maybe something that you enjoy doing, you can share. And then you'll develop this bond, and the person will feel that I've got somebody in my life who enjoys my company, who listens to me. And that could be the thing that motivates them. A lot of teenagers, when we talk to them, they value family time. Sitting at the dinner table, a family night of movies. And there's others that would rather just sit in a room and surf the net. And maybe the best way to communicate is through text messaging or video calls. But again, the only way to figure that out is to talk to people. And so when somebody commits a crime, we're not preventing it because it's already been done. But we can prevent it from happening again by listening to them, by opening up communication. And there's a lot of folks on my YouTube channel, they'll put their information out there, contact me. And for me, I get calls every day from the prison. And sometimes they're just talking. Oh, this is what happened in the prison. There was another suicide, or they got into one of the inmates got into a fight with a guard, or we had a terrible dinner, and I learn that goes on in there, and I can ask questions about it, and they'll ask about what's going on out here. Sometimes there's things they had no idea what was going on, and it's nice to give them that information. And then there's those that refer. And I know in my podcast about Paula Gardner, my third installment, I give a little chart of who I met, who she introduced me to, how this affected a decision that I made. And that networking really works for me. Because when somebody is talking about me and the work that I do, and the person says, "Yeah, well, I'd like to get my voice out there. Can I talk to them?" And I give them permission to hand my number out, and I'm getting calls from people for the first time. And sometimes I imitate that on AQS inmate call. And all I do, and they're very thankful for it, is just listen, just communicate. And a lot of folks are good at that. They're good at just talking. And let's face it, talking to people who are locked up isn't for everybody, because some people would rather be physically with the person, out watching a movie, maybe skipping rocks on the lake, whatever their heart desire. But if you enjoy listening to stories, and you enjoy talking to people, and you enjoy giving advice and receiving advice, this is right up your alley. And you can help somebody get out of prison and never go back. That person could get married, have some kids, and one day a picture comes up. Who's this? And then you're discussed. And that could give you a meaning in life. When I'm on X and people are just name calling, just going back and forth. You were this, and you were that. And it's like, at least I'm trying to make a difference in this world. What are you doing? What's your purpose in life? Just to sit around calling people names? And for me, I don't mind the negative comments. It just gives me a little bit to tweak on. So this is what's bothering a person. But a lot of times it's a sign of success. If a person just starts criticizing, it means I've won, because they've got nothing else to say. But those that continue the conversation, that's good. And we're going to learn something. We'll either provide knowledge or receive knowledge. That's the two things you can get out of these communications. And I encourage you to go to the channel. Go to AmericanQuittingSociety.org. Take a look at my website. Or go to the Joel Wilborn YouTube channel and just listen to some of these interviews. Just some of the stuff I have is just things for comedy that really have nothing to do with anything. But it's just to kind of take you away. I will tackle subjects that are not taboo out there, just to rouse things up, just to get some discussion going. And communication, I think, is better than banning books. Well, I hope you learned a little bit something here, and I hope you'll go out and make a change in the world, because you have value. Your input does matter, and you can definitely make a difference. Well, go out, have yourself a magnificent day, and make stellar memories for tomorrow.